Hello Pisces, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Jen with Bohemian Path Tarot, and it's time for November readings. I've got the Star Maiden Tarot deck here. It's a new deck for me, and it's gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. You'll see. I've got a flip through I just did the other day that I'll be posting maybe in the next week. But in any case, before I get started with the reading, just, a little preamble, I have to say this is a general reading for a general Pisces audience. So it's not quite the same as a one-to-one reading. It might really resonate with you. It might resonate a little bit. It might resonate a little bit later in the month because it might be predictive and it might kick in later in the month. Or one of your other placements might resonate more than this one. So be sure to check out the videos for your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign. And of course, I do have to remind you that the cards do not compel. So if it doesn't resonate, you're not forced to take the advice or listen to the message. Use your best judgment, use your best, intuition, and know that these messages, this advice is offered with love and respect, but you have free will to accept or, walk away, and you're still welcome to return at any time. So let me go ahead and give the deck a really good shuffle for you. If you've been here before, you know that I fast forward the video over the shuffling part because I just don't like to chit chat over that piece. So I will catch up with you when it's time to lay out the cards, okay? I'll see you in just a tick. Okay, Pisces, let's see what we've got. 4 of Cups, 10 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Okay, I see what's going on here. Yes. So if you've been here before, you know that I read this card as sort of the main focus of this particular reading. This isn't the only thing that's going to happen to you this month. This isn't the only advice or the only message. This is just the main focus of this particular reading. And we see the Ace of Swords as a new beginning or a new chapter in terms of communications, in terms of sharing yourself, sharing your philosophies, sort of branding yourself with others. Now, this sometimes comes up for some folks in terms of launching social media or refocusing your efforts in terms of your social media presence. It can come up when you launch a new channel or a new social media platform. Maybe you've always been on Instagram, but you decided to explore TikTok, or you take a little business or entrepreneurial effort onto one of those platforms. Or if you're kind of old school like me, I'm of a generation where I did not grow up with social media. I don't love it, and I do need to, I find that, there are ways in which I could get better about using social media for some of my entrepreneurial efforts, and pay attention to some of my younger siblings who are more comfortable with social media, and it might be more helpful with some of my entrepreneurial efforts. It could go something like that for some folks. There could be some folks who experience this Ace of Swords in a more old school way in terms of writing, like writing a novel. Somebody else got this Ace of Swords too, but you could use it as writing a novel, writing a screenplay, writing a stage play. This could come up more in terms of technical writing or legal writing, if that's your profession or your industry, it could be a new client, a new job, something like that. For some Pisces, it isn't necessarily literally about writing or literally about presenting on social media, but it could be a phase about more metaphorically sharing truths, a chapter where you get better about sharing yourself or your philosophies or your thoughts more clearly with others. For example, this can come up in negotiations with interpersonal relationships, when you clearly state your needs. This can come up in job negotiations, when you want to ask for a promotion, a raise, when you want to redefine your role, maybe go from full-time to part-time, when you have to ask for a maternity leave, something like that. When you have to share a sort of maybe a secret or something that you haven't been fully transparent about. This can come up at a time. Oh, my apologies if you can hear the helicopter above my apartment. But this can come up when it's time to be more transparent with friends or loved ones and or employers, roommates, about who you are, what you need in negotiating kind of your space in the world. So let's take a look at some of the other cards to see how that might play out. Because we see right away the Four of Cups is typically a card that indicates a lack of kind of satisfaction. It comes up when you know you kind of have enough, you know you have certain blessings, but just a general malaise, a general dissatisfaction with life. Maybe you don't love your job right now, but for some reason there isn't, it isn't the right time to make a move because of the holidays. Or maybe for you, this dissatisfaction isn't about your job. It could also, for some Pisceans, it could be about relationships. You're on those dating apps, but you're just not quite meeting the right person, or you just haven't found chemistry. The dissatisfaction could be in a number of different areas, but it's not a depression, it's not a tragedy, it's just that, something is missing, something is empty, and there's a frustration in kind of not knowing which way to turn to get that sort of satisfaction. This card often comes up when you've taken some action steps, when you're out there participating in the world, kind of doing what you think you need to do to resolve these issues or resolve this sort of malaise, but you haven't yet found that thing. But unbeknownst to you, there is an offer that is just on the horizon. And I'm showing this card. Let's see here if it will come in focus. There we go. Okay, so right behind the central character in this card, you see right behind this fellow, there is that fourth cup that is just about to be offered. The three that are spent and are emptied, are used up. And so our central character is waiting for the next one, and they don't yet see it, but it is in the environment. It is just about to be offered. And the thing is, if the character turned around, they would see it. They would see this thing that would sate them, that would give them that satisfaction. And so this feeling of satisfaction is tied to, this truth piece, this communicating your needs. So some part of being more clear, or asking for something. So whether it's asking for a raise, or communicating an availability, or maybe telling friends and family that you're single and looking, or whatever it is, whatever kind of that empty thing is, even if you've taken some action steps and have been participating in life, there's some communication that is still available, or some way you can share, maybe on social media, or some further communication you can make that can help speed this offer along, a resume, something. Now, we do see here in the Ten of Wands kind of the final harvest. We are just about to come to November, the end of the road. We see in this card a central character who is carrying a very heavy burden. And tens are all about, endings that augur new beginnings. This does suggest to me that this offer probably will allow you to let go of something, or there will be an ending of something that leads to something else. This does feel more like a job or an entrepreneurial thing, because over here we have the Three of Pentacles, which is often very much related to a job or a work-related, entrepreneurial, some sort of project, a trade, if not, a 9-to-5, possibly a gig, sometimes a collaboration, but it's usually associated with your reputation. There is a piece here about your sort of name getting out there, name recognition, advancement. So if you're looking for more clients or recognition, or that promotion, the promotion that comes with more money, that comes with a better title. There's even the sense here of like more commission or residuals, or even a transfer to sort of more control over your own work product or your own schedule, a little more control over your work routine. Okay, Pisces, so let's sum up. So the Ace of Swords augurs a new chapter in terms of communicating truths about yourself. And it can be a time to share yourself more clearly and concisely on social media, to get better about using social media for some Pisceans. For some Pisceans, it might be about exploring yourself through, or your ideas or your philosophies through literary endeavors. For some, it might be legal works. For some, it might be actual legal truths. For some, it might be legal challenges and legal truths, and getting to the bottom of some legal proceedings. There's a piece here about feeling and acknowledging a sense of dissatisfaction, but there is an offer that is just around the corner, and being clear about a need, being clear about what is lacking, might help speed that offer along. There is an ending, a sort of an end of the road. And this isn't a sad ending. This isn't like, I should have stated this before. This doesn't look like a breakup. This looks like more like a project ends, like, or maybe a job ends, or something that has reached its sort of natural conclusion. Something perhaps related to this dissatisfaction that is just like it's reached its conclusion, and now you can lay this down, let this go, and move on to this next project, because perhaps whatever this offer is, this might be related to a new project, a new job, something that feels more validating, something that perhaps has more money attached to it, or more reward, or is certainly better fitting. It keeps you busy. More validation. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. I think it's certainly more satisfying, even though it looks like a little more work. It's more validating than what's going on over here. Okay, Pisces, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope this was what you needed it to be. Please take good care of yourself, and until next time, bye for now.